first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes, he'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's Hill, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Room here to run. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. Chris Jones, the all-pro defensive tackle, there to make the play defensively. This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times at any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. It's a 1st down and more for Dobbins.
And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it?
There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, what more can we say at this point? He is a living, breathing highlight reel. And go ahead and tack on that last play to the list of big ones by number 8.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side.
Still going. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
A good rookie season for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but I do believe a lot of people thought that he would be more of a factor in the passing game for KC last year. Remember, he had 55 catches his final season at LSU. Wound up with only 36 as a rookie with the Chiefs. I expect that number to only go up. Remember, he missed a few games down the stretch with injury.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Man open is Robinson.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here.
And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Mecole Hardman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Mahomes will throw for it. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Ravens. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And Kansas City drafted Mecole Hardman, hoping he could be something of a Tyreek Hill clone. They're still trying to find his exact niche. He did have 41 catches last year, and he makes a nice one there.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want.
Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Mahomes picked by his ex-teammate Marcus Peters. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And Jackson throwing once more. Flushed out right. He's got the first down inside the 10. That's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the block.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Flush to his right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
final shot before the half from Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that.
And he caught it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's got some breathing room. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Jackson running again.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year-2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. Trucks over him. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 16. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Jackson now. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's got Burton here. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Mahomes to throw once more. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Eluding the pressure right. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Jackson, he's going to keep it himself.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 23-yard run. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead.
Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Jackson here is going to look to throw on the move to his left. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A real opportunity for them. Their defense got the key 4th down stop. Now all they need is a field goal to snag the lead.
Room to run past midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Mecole Hardman there to make the grab. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the 4th. So now a big spot here as the Chiefs will indeed go for 2. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the hands of the best players, but most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 44 yards on the ground for him so far. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones.
Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Mahomes to throw it. Flushed out right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Mahomes. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. Butker now to add the extra point.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Jackson. That is caught, Bateman, and he is out of bounds. 25 seconds to go as he does pick up a first.
Well, they got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And
I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Jackson.
Rolling to his right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now Jackson.
Flush to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Throwing. Jackson.
Forced out to his left. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. One last shot for Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the